Alright, so my last video was not the best. Um, my audio was way too loud, so hopefully, and that was a plan online, but hopefully I can relay how, how I basically fight on this game, so that way y'all can kind of see it. So I fought against a Joe Frazier player, and like I said, I'm not the best at getting knockouts, so I'll kind of showcase how I play. So let's just change the rules a little bit. I'll put this on Undisputed, which is the highest difficulty on this game. It's on casual right now, just so you can see the health bars. And me, myself personally, I don't like this 1.5 time, like relative time. I like the full 12 rounds with full 3 minute rounds. Um, it's a realistic way of actually like fighting. And then I don't really know about these, so I just leave them at their default. Maybe putting the damage modifier up could get some knockouts. Maybe you can have fun with that. I don't know. Not 100% sure. I just leave everything else. I just fix the timer to where it runs a full 12 minute or 12 rounds for 3 full minutes. So I'll be able to showcase my the way that I actually play this game and how I kind of dominate fights. So playing at the highest level in this game so I can showcase this. So immediately, if you look at the bottom right hand corner, there's a white icon that kind of popped up there. That's to show that I'm in relaxed movement. If you notice, like he can't actually touch me because of how Muhammad Ali moves in this particular loose movement. So basically, you can create space, and you can basically control the fight. So see, so already I'm already off to a good start. So he landed a couple good shots on me right there. And I just work the jab and just kind of stay on the outside a little bit. When he walks forward, I just land that hard straight right hand, just like that. That's all you have to do. Just stay on the outside. Stay on the outside. Work the jab. Um, Kind of keep it in the middle of the ring though. Keep it in the middle of the ring. Just keep a distance. You don't want to get into a trade battle. If you feel like you're getting behind, it's okay. Just stick with the game plan. Stick with the game plan. Stay on the outside. Keep that jab distance and just keep jabbing. Keep walking back. That's how Ali actually fought. Stick and move, stick and move. That's all you got to do. And of course, he's going to get some stuff in. But for the most part, as long as you outwork him, it's okay. You will pretty much still win the round as long as you outwork him. Just remember that. Alright. So as long as you outwork him, you pretty much just win the rounds. I like to start off the round just kind of being a little bit aggressive at the beginning just to get a few shots in, and then after that it's just pretty much force your opponents to have to make plays to win the round. So then they have to basically chase. Now, even though he hurt me, I pretty much won that round still. Even though he did hurt me, doesn't really matter. I outlanded him for sure to win that round. The way I'm doing this is I keep just enough spacing to about right there. Stay kind of close enough to where I'm out of range of the jab for him, and then I just land my 1-2 and bag up just slightly. And sometimes I like to just power punch that jab just to really tap their head back just for kind of walking straight forward, just like that. Especially when they drop the hands and they walk forward. Sometimes it does happen even on online. Throw straights, power straights. It does happen. People get frustrated, they drop their hands. They know that holding block will lower the block, so they have to drop the hands sometimes, and then that's when you can kind of step forward and just kind of punish them for it. Sometimes I do lean back if I feel like they're getting too many shots in at the head, and I'm spacing it kind of well. I'll just do like just a slight lean back just to kind of make it harder for them to land those shots. And that's like perfect spacing right there at the end, where I basically just kind of spaced it perfectly. Now I know that his cut is getting bad, so as long as I just keep working that jab, keep working those straights, look at that complete shutout. Even though he hurt me, my health is lower. I know it's a complete shutout. Uh oh. And you don't want to get greedy on these shots because they can knock you out. I'm not even choosing to block, honestly. I'm blocking sometimes, but not too frequent. He's walking straight forward. I'm gonna just punish that. Hit him with the 1-2, 1-2. Get back to the center of the ring. 1-2, 1-2. That 1-2 is almost always better than the one hook that he lands. It's the output. And then those jabs just kind of work his face. And see how he's just walking straight at me? He drops the hands, I just throw a power jab. Alright, so my head is getting kind of worn down a little bit. I'm going to just keep spacing it out. I don't want to get caught with something. He's walking straight forward. I'm going to just pop him with a powerful jab. And he's going for knockouts. But I don't want to get touched, right? I don't want to get touched. That's the name of the game once it gets later in the rounds. Don't want to get touched. You could definitely block, but you just don't want to get touched. That's the name of the game. Complete shutout, as y'all can see. He landed a good shot right there. I don't want to get touched by no more of those. For the most part, I did phenomenal. It just staying back, dominating around. I'm still doing damage to him. He's getting swelling, and he's got a cut. Okay, so he's going for some damage there. Just stay on the outside, keep working that jab and working those straights. Get in the middle of the ring. Now I'm at advantage. And now he has to come in and do something, or I just stay on the outside and I'll pretty much win this round too by doing the same thing. I just got caught. I don't like that. I don't want to get caught by no more of those. There's sneaky hooks. But he puts power on them, and that can knock me out, and I don't want that. The good thing is you can throw punches and then immediately block right after. Work that jab on the outside. Work that jab. My goal here is honestly to try to get like in the center of the ring and get enough spacing between me and him to where I can be consistent. But he's being much more aggressive than before. So I'm guessing that he thinks that I can't deal with the pressure of his aggression. Some people online will do this. They'll be super aggressive. And all you have to do is just dominate them from the outside. With the jab. One at a time. Doesn't have to be a bunch of punches. Just one at a time. Just like that. Keep that spacing. I know it feels frustrating to have to play like this, but otherwise you will pretty much put yourself in a position to get tagged up. So you just stay on the outside just like this. One at a time. One punch at a time. You don't want to get too greedy. Throw those power straights just like that. Pretty much punish them for just walking straight forward. There we go. Punish them for walking straight forward. And there we go. Round after round after round after round. And this is pretty much how it plays out. Start off with a 1-2, 1-2. There we go. Get 3 nice jabs in back to back right there. He's trying to bait me. Looks like this computer plays pretty smart. He's trying to basically bait me into like trading. And he's going for knockouts. Like 100% he's going for knockouts. So he must got my health just at the state where they start going for knockouts like heavily. But I don't want to fall for that trap. Maybe it has something to do with how many rounds they're losing, and they get more aggressive depending on if they're losing. They start really going for the knockout. They play more risky because he wasn't playing this risky before. That was a pretty good shot right there. Do not need to get hit by no more of those. So I'm going to keep my hands up. And look, he's going for headshots. So I'm going to just keep my gloves up in this point. Pretty much block, block, block. And there, look at that. He's playing actually quite well. He's trying to be deceptive with it now. So he's going for body shot, and then going to the head immediately after. So those body shots open up the head because it makes your guard drop. But I'm just keep enough space to where he can't land those body shots. And just work the jab. Stay on the outside, work the jab. I don't even want to give him this round. So I'm going to pretty much just space it as much as I can. Get in, get a little tap. Just a 1-2. Stay on the outside. I don't want to give him any rounds. No rounds whatsoever. Alright, I got low head health, so that's very bad for me, but I can, fortunately enough, stay on the outside this entire fight. He walking straight forward, so I just punish him with a hard jab. Did it again. Do it again. Alright. So hopefully what I'm doing makes a lot of sense to y'all of how you actually play. If you play somebody like this online, they can't really do anything. Like they can't beat you. They have to get really lucky with like landing something really hard. Look, complete shutout. He hadn't even won a single round yet. Hadn't won a single round. Alright, so now look at my left head health. It's so low that he could pretty much knock me out if he touched me again. So I don't want that, so I'm just stay back. Work the jab, stay back, keep a distance. Don't want to get touched. I'm not trying to get knocked down. But I also still want to win the round. So yeah, he landed a pretty good shot right there. Had my hands down. I should have kept my guard up, especially with my head held kind of staying low. Got my guard up there, but he got it through, which is fine. I'm getting a little too greedy with the 1-2s, so I'm going to try my best not to get hit back. I just want to land my jab, don't let him get anything in. I should have had my guard up right there. Whenever you get close, you just put those, just block. Keep that distance, keep that distance, keep moving, keep moving. Don't let them close that space. There we go. Perfect. I'm just trying to punish that walking straight forward and that aggression. There we go. Just punishing that aggression, punishing that aggression. Keep a distance. That's pretty much another good round in the bag. Another good round in the bag. So now we are 7 rounds up. All I have to do now is just pretty much survive. Try to win the next 6 rounds. Me, I like to win in a complete shutout where they don't get any rounds whatsoever. Of course, that's not always going to happen. Of course, sometimes you will lose rounds, but to be playing this on the hardest difficulty and winning every single round, I'm pretty happy with myself so far. All right. So I'm just going to keep a distance, keep a distance. He's being super aggressive because he knows he has to go for a knockdown. Computer does not play like this on the hardest difficulties to start the match off. You just go. That tells me that they do adapt in the way that they play. And of course, I'm just going to work the jab like I've been doing, keeping that spacing. Keep putting my gloves up to keep blocking punches when he does get in. Circle in the ring, and me, I like to go backwards and to the side, stepping backwards. So just like how I'm moving, just like this, back, then to the side, back to the side, just like that, back to the side, right, back to the side, just like that. That's all you got to do. And then when they get close, they start closing the distance, you just work the jab. Don't let them corner you. Sometimes you can go the other direction, but it's harder. It's harder to go this way. See how he just closed off the distance? So it's harder. So let me get my points back up because I know I let him kind of win some of that just landing. So I'm just going to outland him right here just a little bit. Not too much. I got a little risky right there. But for the most part, pretty much winning this round as well. Block that shot. Work the jab. Stay on the outside. Stay on the outside. Don't let them touch me. Hard jab. Hard jab. Hard jab. Hard jab again. Hard jab. Sometimes I will step forward to give them a false sense of hope, to make them think that I'm about to throw something, and then I'll just bag right back up. So then that way they'll start throwing punches, they waste stamina. If they throw too many shots, then I can come forward, have a little bit of aggression. So there we go. Alright. All we gotta do is do this just couple more, 3 more rounds, and pretty much GG's. 3 more rounds. Fighting smart, staying on the outside, taking as least amount of punishment as possible. He's being super, super, super aggressive. He knows he needs a knockdown. And people will do this online. They'll definitely change up their playstyle. Some people will try to get you to come to them as a bait. And some fighters will do what he's doing, just being super aggressive. All you have to do is go for one punch at a time. Just worry about one punch at a time. Keep that distance. Keep your guard up. Don't let them hit you with anything. Just like I just did. I blocked that shot. It just didn't. I blocked it at the right time. When you get too close, you just hold your guard up. Don't focus on the trade so much. Just one punch at a time. I'll take them 3 hits. Uh-oh. I didn't like that trade for sure. Hard straight. Jab, jab. Alright. He's landing quite a bit too much. Quite a bit too much. I'm getting a little too risky. Kind of abandoning my strategy a little bit there. And I'm letting him land a little bit too much. Letting him land just a little bit too much. So this round could be given away just because of how much I'm letting him land. But it's okay. I can always get this round back if I can focus on just my strategy just a little bit better. Work that jab. One punch at a time. And look at that. He's kind of adapting. This game, they definitely make him adapt. Yeah, he's adapting a lot. So he knows what I'm kind of going for. So I'm just going to pick my shots and just keep moving. Force him to be even more aggressive to pursue the knockout because he doesn't have time on his side like I do because I'm already winning the fight. So at this point, I can just go for a touch. And this is what I mean by moving the other direction. Doesn't work as well, but I see how he's trying to cut the ring off now. Oh wow, they got through. They got through my block. That's so blocking isn't always the most reliable defense in this game. So he may have won this round. So round 9 may be his because he landed a whole lot more frequent than he usually does on me, which is completely fine. Well, actually, no, I still won. Complete shutout. So I guess I'm still doing something right. Guess I'm doing something right still. The way that I play is like hard for your opponent. Even online, it's hard for them to do anything. It's hard for them to come back because they have to chase. They can't land power shots. So you force them to commit to a jab fight. And when you're walking backwards, you can catch them so much more and you slip so much more. When they're walking forward, it's harder for that natural like avoidance to just work. I'll showcase what I mean by that. Right there. See how it just I didn't even like weave or anything. I just walked backwards and it just naturally just avoids, which is kind of there it is right there again, which is kind of like a benefit to you. It's just a natural avoidance that they have in this particular game in the loose footwork, especially for Muhammad Ali. He just passively like just avoids punches. There it is right there. He did it again. Even up close it works. So if you've ever tried to hit somebody and it just doesn't land, that's the loose footwork working. Did it again right there. So naturally it just avoids punches for you. You just have to keep this spacing. So he hadn't really touched me much. There it is again. He hadn't touched me much in this one. And as long as you kind of know how to move, like the way to move, there he finally landed something. As long as you know how to kind of move in here, the direction that you need to move, it works like perfectly. You just keep moving like back into the side, back into the side, back into the side, just like that. And then you block whenever you're in a situation where you kind of mess up the footwork, if that makes sense. You just block. So just pay attention to how you see I'm blocking when I go straight back. When I walk to the side, I don't. And you can actually fight without like circling so much. He's just being super aggressive. Super aggressive. Which is to fight like this. You just keep the spacing. Uh-oh. See, he's skilled at this, so I can't really do it against him. But you just keep the spacing and you just walk backwards when you need to, just like that. Keep that spacing, just like that. And use the jab. Keep the spacing, use the jab. But me, I find it to work best when you just stay moving, because then they have to actively try to chase. If you stand still, it gives them the opportunity to land on you. So just stay moving. Force them to have to like commit to a chase, and you just land jabs as you force them to commit to that chase. All right, so I took a little bit too much head health damage right there, just from those two punches, which is crazy. So I'm just gonna walk back and block, commit to that jab, like I've been doing. We're in round 11, and I've pretty much done a complete shutout so far, so I do not need to make any mistakes right here and losing these last two rounds, the championship rounds of all. I'm just going to work that jab, work that jab. He dropped his guard, so I just punished him. He did it again, punished him, and he is landing much more than what I would prefer him to. So just keep moving, keep moving. At this point, as long as I can just avoid getting touched by anything, I win the match. Alright, so I'm just keep some spacing, just keep tapping, keep tapping. Keep that spacing, don't let him touch me. He's already got my head held just too low for my liking. And he dropped it back down again from me just not keeping up the game plan as well as I should. Just work that jab, keep that spacing right, and just punish him with taps just to stay ahead on that scorecard. That's all we're going for. And there we go. That's what they start doing right there. They assume that you're going to walk forward. All you do is just stick with the game plan, keep moving. Oh, he went to the body. There we go. So 1 round left, and all we have to do is pretty much just stay up on our feet and we win the match. So this is usually the most aggressive round for anybody, because when they're losing especially, they go for the knockout in this one. They 100% go for the knockout. All I need to do is touch him one time and then just make sure he never touches me. There it is. Make sure he never touches me. And I win. I already won, but just to win this round too, just make sure I get that one touch. There's 2. Now he pretty much, there we go. There's 3. He hadn't touched me yet. So that's all the game plan is right here. Just make sure he don't touch me. Make sure I use that footwork. He's trying to cut the ring off by staying quite center, but I want to stay a little close to him and just kind of move. Just kind of move. And then try to punish him if I can. For just walking straight forward. And see how he just kind of dropped that guard? Just punish him every so often. And there we go. That's pretty much GG's. Tap that face. Tap that face again. Put your guard up, my boy. Put the guard up, my boy. Put that fucking guard up, my boy. Put that guard up. He ain't landing shit on me. That's all blocked. Put that guard up, my boy. Put that guard up, my boy. He got that one through. Put that guard up, my boy. Put that guard up, my boy. Alright, so he's cutting off now. So I'm going to just recenter this ring. Get back to the center. He's trying to force me to come forward so he can land, which is a tactic that people do online. He walking straight forward. And he's trying to force me to trade now. I don't want to do so. So I'm going to just bag up. And he's got my head held low, so I'm going to just keep moving. No point in getting dropped by anything crazy right now. So I'm going to just guard, walk back, guard, walk back. Work that jab. Guard, walk back. When he gets close, work that jab. No point in getting touched by anything. Keep that keep that guard up. Keep that spacing. There we go. Work that jab. Work that jab. Land that straight right hand on him. Land it again. Put that guard up. Power jab right there. Power jab again. Power straight. Power straight again. And at this point, I think he knows. He knows it's over. Land that straight. And at this point, I don't really care about wasting stamina and like landing, just long as I don't get touched with nothing. And that's pretty much game. Complete shutout. I don't think he won a single round. We'll look at the scorecards and see if he actually won any rounds. But that's how you completely shut somebody out. You just have to focus on keeping that spacing. Of course, I did get touched more than I would like to, but for the most part, that's how you shut somebody out in this game. On all three judges' scorecards, I was a complete shutout. He didn't win a single round from either one of them. So, looks like I landed 553 punches. At 42%, he landed 27% of his punches. This is the computer on the hardest difficulty that you can play on this game. I pretty much didn't have to block much. He missed everything pretty much. I blocked 75 shots. Most of the time I didn't even keep my guard up. I just basically used good footwork. He landed 103 body shots, so most of his shots went to the body anyway, so they weren't really like headshots, which I wasn't too concerned about the body shots. The headshots were more so what I was concerned about. That's what kind of stunned me a little bit. Yeah, so complete shutout. That's playing the computer on the hardest difficulty without losing a single round. Yeah, I mean, I don't go for knockouts in this particular game because, like I said before in my last video, I'm not the best at knockouts, but I am good at outboxing people. So hopefully this explains quite a bit of how to actually play this in the most effective way. So just use those jabs, use those straights. Of course, I landed 65 power shots, and I know you're probably thinking, you threw 13 hooks, 1 uppercut. How did you land 65 power shots? Literally throwing those straight right hands with power on them count as power shots. Those are faster than trying to throw a hook, especially with power on it. So just throwing hard straights, hard jabs, those considered power punches. That's how you get the edge on the scorecards as well. So you can outland your opponents by doing that. You don't necessarily have to counter so much. Most of the punches that he was kind of landing that were hard on me were counter punches. Maybe counter punches is the key to knocking somebody out. I don't know. I don't knock a lot of people out on here, but I do win by decision every single time. So hopefully you guys liked the video. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.